Good evening to all. So, in this particular lecture, I am going to tell you about the nested if-else statement. So, before that, let's have a quick revision of what we discussed yesterday. Yesterday, I told you that if we want to select the path out of the two paths, we need to select the path, then that can be selected with the help of the if-else statement. Like, if this condition is true, then we are going to follow this set of statements, otherwise we are going to follow this set of statements. Over here, we have demonstrated, I have explained this particular program to display whether the given number is an even number or an odd number. So, and over there we have taken this number, then we evaluated the remainder, and over here if a%2, like directly over here, if I put r, initially I put r, and I told you that straight away without calculating r, straight away also I can put this command. So if a%2 is equals to 0, if this condition is true, then we print that a is an even number, otherwise we can print that a is an odd number. So it means according to this condition, we can execute either this set of statement or this set of statement. So it means conditionally we are able to select the programming statements. Then we have done another program in which we have written a program to check whether the person is eligible to cast a vote or not. And over here, again we check this condition, and on the basis of the condition we have printed either this eligible or not eligible, right? So in this way, and then we have discussed about the program, how to write a program to find whether the entered alphabet is a vowel or not. And for that, again, multiple questions are asked for both small alphabets and capital one, and according to the condition, the statement is printed that it is vowel or it is consonant, right? And then we have discussed about the program to check whether the alphabet is uppercase alphabet or the lowercase alphabet, and again, just on the basis of this condition, we are able to select the execution of this or this line. And then in the last, we have discussed this program where we have written a program to check whether the triangle is equilateral, isosceles or scalene triangle. And over here we have put multiple if-else statements, and multiple if-else, like over here, first we have taken the input from the user about the three angles. Then first we check whether the sum of the three angles is equal to 180 or not. With the help of this, we are able to decide whether the entered angles belongs to a valid triangle or not. If it is not summing all to, if the summation is not 180, then we are going to put this. So I told you that if this condition is true, then this will be executed, otherwise this will be executed. So if it is true, execute this, else execute this, right? So if this condition is true, then the interpreter is going to come inside, and over here I told you that over here interpreter is again going to check this condition, right? And over here it is going to check this condition, means again it is going to ask the question. And I told you that once interpreter is inside this, so now interpreter will not check whether to go over here or not. Once interpreter is over here, then simply it will execute only this part of the program. It will not execute this particular part, right? Now again over here it check this condition, and if this condition is true, then it execute this. Means interpreter will not check what is mentioned under the else. Okay, so just as per the condition, if the condition is true, then interpreter is going to execute this, right? If this condition is false, then this will be executed. And over here you can see again we have put another if, means we have asked another question, right? and if the answer to this question is true, then this will be printed, else this will be printed. So over here you can see that as per the condition, we can put multiple questions at different stages of the program, and all the multiple questions and all the if else statements, they are working separately. Means this if else has no relation with the outer if else, with this if else. Once the interpreter is inside this, then it will just check its own, means just it will check its condition. If this condition is true, it will be here. So all the if else statement, they will work independently. They will not bother that what is the reason that they are over here. That reason should be monitored by the programmer, right? So over here now, just explaining this again in a more better way. Over here today I will start first with this example. Okay, so we are going to write a program to find the name of the subject in which a student has scored the highest marks. So suppose if we consider 3 subjects, let it be PCM, physics, chemistry and math. So first we will take the input input, enter marks scored in physics, and similarly this is for chemistry and then for mathematics. Chemistry. So with the help of this, we will be able to get the marks scored in physics, chemistry, mathematics, and since the value that is going to be returned by this input, it is going to be in string, but we want integer. So over here I did a typecasting, right? I convert the data type from string to int using this int. Once I get this, then to get the highest marks out of physics, chemistry, math, which one has the highest marks? So over here we can put a condition like if physics is greater than chemistry and physics is greater than math. So if both this condition is true, then simply we can print student scored highest marks in physics, right? And similarly we can put condition like over here I can put chemistry, physics. So if chemistry is greater than physics as well as chemistry is greater than math, so the scored marks, so the highest marks is scored in chemistry, and similarly we can check for the mathematics. So over here what I did, once I get the marks, I simply ask 2 questions using connected with the logical operator, that if the marks, physics marks is greater than chemistry and physics marks is greater than math. So if physics is greater than both the subject, then this will be true, and if it is true, it means simply we will display that the student scored highest marks in physics. If this condition is not true, then we will check this. Okay, over here we will put this: if the marks scored in physics and in if the marks scored in chemistry is greater than physics as well as in mathematics, then this condition will be true. If this is true, then this will be printed. Similarly, we check for the mathematics, that if the marks in mathematics is greater than chemistry as well as in physics, then this will be printed, that the student scored highest marks in mathematics. So over here I have not used else, just with the help of if I will be able to get the output. So let's check. So entered marks in physics, let it be 70, chemistry, let it be 50, mathematics, let it be 90. Answer is student scored highest marks in mathematics. Let me check it for other subject. 70, 50 and 35, 30. So highest marks scored in physics. So you can see it is working. Just without using the else statement, we are able to this program is working. But over here, the thing that you need to note is that over here we are, how many comparisons we are doing? We are comparing, one comparison is over here, second is over here, and then the logical operator, means two comparison, one logical operator. Over here also two comparison, one logical operator, two comparison, one logical operator. So overall in the complete program we are using 6 comparisons and 3 logical operators are involved. And remember, whatever instructions that we are writing, whatever programming statements that we are writing, each and every statement, they take some time. Okay, they take some time to execute, right? So we should try to use, should try to minimize the time, right? So time can be minimized only if we use less number of comparisons. So is it possible to reduce the comparison? Yes, it can be reduced if over here, if this condition is true, then we are going to execute this. Else, if I put else over here, like else, and then if I put this inside this, now what is the change that I made? Over here, first interpreter is going to check this. If this condition is true, then interpreter will simply execute this line, and interpreter will not go over here. It means just with the help of 2 comparison and 1 logical operator, we are able to get the answer, right? Interpreter do not need to check this, whereas in the previous case interpreter has to check all the comparisons and the logical operator, right? So over here, just by writing this single else, we are able to avoid this. Now over here, if I put like similar to this, if I put one more, if I put over here else, and then if I put this, right? So if this condition is false, then interpreter will come to this part. Over here, first interpreter is checking this, right? Means 2 comparison interpreter has already done over here. Now 2 comparison will be done over here. And now if this condition is true, then this will be printed. Means is again, if the person scored highest marks in chemistry, then the interpreter just has to compare only 4 comparisons are there and 2 logical operators are there. So we are able to save some time, right? And if the person is getting a highest marks in mathematics, in that case this condition is false, due to which interpreter come over here. Over here, this condition is also false because in mathematics person get the highest marks, so this is also false. So person will come over here, right? Now over here, if person is over here, it means if the person is over here, it means person has not scored highest marks in physics and chemistry, because for physics we have already checked, for chemistry we have already checked. So now we left with only one thing, and that is the mathematics. So it means we do not need to put this comparison, right? Simply, if this condition is false, then simply we can print that the student scored highest marks in mathematics. So it means over here in this case, maximum 4 comparisons will be there and 2 logical operators will be there, right? So we save some comparisons time, some comparison time that interpreter will take. Now this program can still be we can make it more efficient. How? Now over here, we are checking if the person has scored highest marks in physics as well as highest marks in physics. Instead of that, if I put, let me copy this and write it separately. So over here, if instead of checking for both, if I just check if the person has scored highest marks in if the person has got marks greater in physics, okay, so if this condition is true, then I will come inside this and I will check if this is true. Means instead of connecting with a logical operator and if I put it separately, then how it is going to reduce the comparisons, number of comparisons. So if this is true, then I come inside this. I come inside this, and over here I checked if physics, if the student scored greater marks in physics than mathematics. If it is true, then simply we are going to display that the student scored highest marks in physics, right? So over here we compared with chemistry, over here we compared with mathematics, right? Now if this condition is false, then what can we print? What can we print? Over here, if this condition is false, we can print that the student has scored highest marks in mathematics. Can we write this? Yes, we can. How? If the person, like for over here, we have checked if the person has scored greater marks in physics or in chemistry. So if this condition is true, it means person has scored marks, greater marks means more marks in physics than chemistry. So if the student has scored more marks in physics, then only we are over here. Okay, so now the comparison is not between physics and chemistry. Now we know that person has scored more marks in physics. Now over here, when this condition is compared with mathematics, so if the student has scored more marks in physics, then we are going to print this. But if the student has scored more marks in mathematics than physics, then since in physics the student get more marks than chemistry, so already physics and chemistry comparison we have already done. So now if the student has scored more marks in mathematics, then only this condition will be false. So we can put this thing, right? So if the person scored greater marks in physics than chemistry, if the person scored greater marks in physics than mathematics, then this will be printed, otherwise this will be printed, right? Now after that, now if this condition is false, then what we can do? Then we are going to come over here, we are going to execute this. If this is false, then we come over here, and over here then we can check this statement. Then we will check this statement, because if this condition is false, it means the student scored greater marks in chemistry. So it is the reason we are over here. Over here we compare the marks of chemistry and mathematics, and if this condition is true, it means highest marks is in chemistry. If this condition is false, it means highest marks is in mathematics, right? So now over here, first of all, let me execute this. So let the marks is 50 in physics, 70 in chemistry, and let 60 in mathematics. So a student scored highest marks in chemistry. Now over here, if we check the comparison, number of comparisons, so we have maximum number of comparisons that we are doing, it is just 1. and 2. If the person scored, first comparison will be this and then this. Apart from this, if we are over here, it means we are not going to do this comparison. If this is false, then we are going to do this comparison. So just with the help of two comparisons, we are able to get answer. So in the first case, in which we have not used any if else, we just used if. In that were using 6 comparisons and 3 logical operators. In the second case, means in this one, we were using 4 comparisons and 2 logical operator. And over here in the nested if else, we are using just 2 comparisons and no logical operator is used. So it is how we can write an efficient program that takes less time, right? So over here, so this is about the nested if else statement. Now nested if else statement in Python, we have one shortcut. Like over here, if we have this type of thing, so this type of thing can be reduced. Like simply we can put it in this form. Instead of writing else if, simply we can put this elif. Or let me write it separately to avoid any confusion. So if this is the code, so this same code can be modified like this, elif. So over here, what is happening? Not colon over here. Just over here, what we are doing, we get a marks in 3 subjects. We compare if the marks in physics is greater than chemistry and mathematics. If this is the condition, then this is printed. Else, if the marks in chemistry is greater than physics and mathematics, then we print this as this. So means we can combine the else if. Over here, this else and if, it can be combined together to write simply elif, E-L-I-F. So it is used as a nested if else statement. Okay, so simply we, instead of writing in a separate line, we can combine it as elif, and it is going to work. Let me run this. So if I put 50, 70 and let's say 30, so the student scored highest mark in chemistry, right? So this is the nested if else statement, right? Let's do one more example, and over here just we need to this example, like write a program, not a C program, write a program to input marks of 5 students, 5 subjects, and calculate the percentage and grade according to the following. That if the percentage is greater than 90, then grade is A, greater than 80, grade is B, greater than 70, grade is C, greater than 60, then the grade is D. So means first of all we need to take input of 5 subjects. So let me copy this thing over here. So I get the marks in physics, chemistry, physics, chemistry, math. Next subject is bio and computers. So biology and computers, right? So with the help of this, we will be able to get the marks in 5 subjects. Then the next is that we need to calculate the percentage. So to calculate the percentage, we know that the formula is, first we need to take the sum, physics, chemistry, math, bio and computer. So and then divided by 5. So assuming that all the marks are out of 100, so just by getting divided by 5, we will be able to get the percentage marks, right? So this PER will give me the percentage, and let me print this percentage of a student, of the student is, and let me put PER, and let me end this with this, right? So that the grade will also be printed on the same line. Okay, so after that, then we need to display the grades as per this criteria. So if PER is greater than 90, then what we have to print? We have to print grade is A, right? Else if the percentage, else, let me first write without elif, elif, right? So if PER is greater than 80, then let me copy this, then it is B. Else if PER is greater than 70, then print grade is C. Else we can put PER, print grade is D, right? So over here, if percentage is greater than 90, then we are going to print this. If percentage is not greater than 90, then we will be over here, and over here we check if percentage is greater than 80, and if it is greater than 80, simply we are going to put this. Now note over here that over here we do not need to compare whether the percentage lies between this range 80 and 90. We do not need to compare this. Why? Because first we are checking for the percentage if it is greater than 90. So if it is greater than 90, then we are printing this. But if it is not greater than 90, then we are over here only if the percentage is not greater than 90. So since we are over here only if percentage is not greater than 90, so we do not need to check it again. Simply we are going to check if the percentage is greater than 80, right? So if the percentage is greater than 80, then we print this. And similarly over here we do not need to check if the percentage lies between 70 and 80. Simply we are going to check if it is greater than 70, because automatically it means that if the percentage lies between 70 and 80, then print this. Else print this. Now over here we do not need to put any condition, because if we are over here, then it means that the percentage is not greater than 70, right? So we are going to print D. So over here, so if I execute this, so let it be 80, 90, 70, and let it be 80 and 75, 6. So the output that we are getting is percentage of student is 79.2 and grade is C, right? So instead of this dot, if I put and over here, then this dot will be replaced with and, right? Now over here the same code means this. Over here we are using the nested if else. Now the same code can be modified by using the elif. So over here by using elif, simply what I am going to do, elif. So if percentage is greater than 90, then print this. Else if percentage is greater than 80, then print this. Else if percentage is greater than 70, then print this. Else print this. So just by using the elif, you can see the all the lines, they are aligned to each other. Okay, means we can put this print also over here, one step back, and so everything, it looks little bit aligned in comparison to the previous one. Okay, in comparison to the previous one. So reading this type of a program, it will be little bit complex in comparison to this one. Okay, using the elif, because using this simply like we can read it simply like English. Like if the percentage is greater than 90, print grade is A. Else if percentage is greater than 80, print grade is B. Else if percentage is greater than 70, print grade is C. Else print grade is D. So in this way, elif reduces the complexity of reading the program, right? For the interpreter, it will have the same impact. So if I execute this, and let me put 60, 70, 80, 90, 95. So the percentage of this student is 79 and grade is C. So you can see I am able to work. So this is about nested if else. Nested if else is used whenever we want to ask different question at different points. Okay, so it is not that for a logical operator, when we use logical operator over there also we were asking more than one question, but over there we were asking more than one question at the same point of time. But if we need to ask questions at different point of time, then we are going to use nested if else. And this nested if else, whatever if else statements they are in nested, so all the if else statements, they are going to work independently. Means this if else will not have any interference with this. If this condition is false, then interpreter will come over here, and once interpreter is over here, it will execute independently irrespective of whatever is mentioned over here, right? So that is the best part of the programming. So with this I end this video. So if you have any doubt, you can put it in the comment box, and in tomorrow's lecture I am going to discuss this assignment problems that I have shared previously. So these 3 questions I will explain you how you can write a program for this, right? So if you have any doubt, you can put it in the comment box. Do share my video and with your friends and colleagues, like my video and subscribe my video. Thank you.